Imagine someone, you know how you make your to-do list is like issues? Imagine someone just like does one of your things. I did the new content and quests. What's the bounty reward, please?
I did the new content. What's the bounty reward? Like $700 or something. I don't know. I think the Halloween event was like $700, $800 total. Or not total, I guess there were some other commissions here and there, but... Well, also, I did a little bit of the mapping for the... I mapped the outside of Dimitri's mansion, but that's like nothing compared to the amount of work inside. Dude, I need more people to do that. That's actually crazy. That is what makes my life the easiest. And I like that. I love life being easy. Someone just have someone actually get in tiled and make the whole dungeon. There's probably not a lot of people that you could... Wait, I say there's not a lot of people, but that is... You could literally just have anybody looking for like beginner game dev shit to do that.
Just
probably.
any RPG maker dev. That's what they do all day.
Just any RPG maker. The problem is you want it to be good though, right? They need to like... They need to actually understand game design. They can't just fucking make a pretty RPG maker map.
I mean... with all due respect, it's not like your environment. It could be any shape. What effect would it have on anything? You know, it's not like you have like physics puzzles or like many puzzles or anything like that. It's just like different shaped corridors.
Yeah, you're worried about, I guess, how long does it take to get to certain things? What like where are the chests that you're placing? What do they have in them? And then like how are you hiding things? And it's like does
the chests aren't allowed to have anything good in them as far as I can tell anyway.
Well, I'm just saying there's more detail than like just making it look nice. Like if you're gonna put like potions and things, you're gonna want to put them in specific places to try and create like the best gameplay experience. Because I feel like you want to create like the best like first run of the dungeon experience. So you're putting the chest, even though you can only get the chest once, you're trying to put them in places that like make sense for the layout of the dungeon.
Yeah, but what makes sense is like basically anywhere. You just can't be in like the middle of the path.
No, it's not basically anywhere. I'm saying there's different items, there's different consumables that you could give to players. So, and you need to put those strategically in the dungeon based off of like the gameplay experience that you're trying to create.
Yeah, except they're not refillable, so it doesn't. You can't actually do that.
I know. I just said that.
Oh, okay. So it's all moot because
I said I'm trying to optimize for like the first encounter of the dungeon being as as good as it can with the chest pickups. Like when you play through a dungeon the first time, you might get to it like or like a teleport scroll, for example. You'd want to place a teleport scroll on a chest somewhere like where you're really deep in the dungeon and have exhausted your resources, and you're happy to get that as an out, and you kind of deserve to have that as an out sometimes, depending on like the layout of the dungeon, how deep you went in whatever particular direction. Like imagine you have a dungeon with a certain path that's like super deep. It's even farther like down that path than it is to get to the main boss or whatever, and there's like loot in there and stuff. It's like at that you want to give a teleport scroll, you know? You gotta think about these types of things.
You don't have to, but
you don't have to, but you want your game to be as good as possible, right?
Yeah.
But the reason that it doesn't matter as much on the second playthrough is because you already know the layout of the dungeon. You already know. You think, oh, if I'm going to go that far out, I'm going to need to bring my own sort of teleport or have some sort of plan.
I mean, everyone's going to come in max regardless if they know or they don't know, right? So what are we talking about here?
Everybody's going to bring resources, but you might... when you're exploring a dungeon for the first time, you might be willing to exhaust your resources for the sake of like pushing through as much as possible. And I want to like design the consumables that you get from the chests in a way that they like make sense when you're getting them on your first playthrough. And then on your second playthrough, you have the map knowledge, so it's just not as crucial.
Yeah, you explained it, but I don't think.
So you think if you take all the Dragon Quest games on the NES, take all like the classic turn-based RPGs, just shuffle all the consumables, you think it doesn't make the game worse at all?
Shuffle them. You might improve the game. I don't know.
If it was designed poorly, I guess you might improve it. But if you took the time to go through and plan,
if you shuffled all the contents of RetroMMO's chest, what would happen? My position is nothing.
You'd walk inside, you'd get a teleport scroll at the very beginning of the dungeon. You'd be like, oh,
So
thanks, bro.
I don't
So,
think it would change anything. I
okay,
don't
you
the
think you
player
place
experience would
literally
be
zero.
changed
You
at
place
all.
0 value on that. That's fine.
I don't think.
Anyway, people that play these
Yeah.
people that play these types of turn-based RPG games appreciate that sort of attention to detail, and I know it because I watch people let's play these games and they comment on that sort of thing and point it out or whatever. And that's just one example. The teleport scroll thing is just one example. Like we can go through different examples for why like certain items should be in different parts of the dungeon to make it a better experience or something. It's just people like it. Just do it then. What do you? I mean, that's how it is. I sit here for 10 hours and think about having each chest be perfect, and then I make them all 100% perfect. But Bluepin doesn't care. Doesn't give a frick about my chest.
Well, I
He's a
played the game a
bastard.
lot, and I didn't think the chests added anything to the game. I think actually they were mostly a letdown because they contain such insignificant things.
Like, oh, like when you get a potion?
Yeah, like a potion or like 50 gold or whatever.
Well, it's just nice because it helps you get through the whole dungeon, right?
I don't need
We're just
help.
trying to help you sustain a little bit longer. Who gets through Gobble Cave the whole way on the first try?
Who
Nobody.
cares about that though? I went
Who
through that
cares
like
about that?
500 times.
You
What
just
if the
don't,
first
yeah.
try doesn't
Obviously, you
affect me
you
at
don't
all?
care because you've already played 1,000 hours. But don't we want new players to like the game too? Like,
I don't
shit.
even remember what my first time through the cave was like.
Okay.
But I came in there with max potions, I'm sure of that.
That's great, but it's still hard to go through the entire big Gobble Cave and hit all the chests in one sweep with just one full inventory of mana pots is like not. That's not even easy.
And it's not rewarded either, because you're not supposed to do that actually. You find out after you do that that you shouldn't have done that.
Oh, wait, why should you not do that? I mean, it's min maxing.
No, I'm saying most of the places you go in the cave, it's like a dead end with no reward. At best, you get a potion so you can make your way back to where you came from.
At best,
Only the
or
first
you
time.
get like
Only the first
or you
time.
get like a lot of gold, or you get like some gear or
A
something.
lot of
but-
gold? I don't know about that.
I mean, sometimes you get like 10 to 20 times as much as you get from a random encounter, right? Maybe not. Maybe not in the Gobble Cave, I guess. I don't know how much gold you get in Gobble Cave. Anyway. It's faster to get the gold by picking up the chest than it is by doing however many battles you gotta do. Maybe not 10 to 20 times. Maybe in like the holiday events, like 10 to 20 times. In Goblin Cave, probably not. Any plans after post-game story mode for RetroMMO, like special dungeon? There's not really a concept of like a post-game. There's just a bunch of... You just keep adding content to the game, is the idea. Bluepin stop being a hater. Is Bluepin being a hater? Well, no, Bluepin, what he said about... Bluepin doesn't care about the chest, I mean, that's fine. Or like the casual, like, I don't know. Different types of people just care about different type of things.
I care about chess. It's not that I don't care about chess in general. It's just the version of the RetroMMO version of chess I don't care about because they don't.
Yeah, well, yeah, it was the same as Final Fantasy, Dragon Quest, or whatever. But sure.
Although you do have one chest in the game that has a cool thing, one of the bracelets or something, or helmet, or I can't remember what it was, but it was something.
What made that one more interesting than other chests with gear in them?
Well, no, yeah, any of the ones with gear in them is cool because you get gear. But I think that was only like one or two of the 20 chests.
It's like a third of them. There's one hidden in town. There's one in the armory basement. There's two in the cave. I guess there's 4. Dude, it's especially sick as fuck when you're like adventuring a cave on the first playthrough, or not even maybe your first but your first playthrough on the character, and you're not super leveled, and you're in a group of 3 players, and you open the chest with a potion, and it's like you just got 3 mana pots, dude. Like you just cashed the fuck out. Like you got a healer you got a cleric in your group, and you just got 3 mana pots from that chest. Like that makes a big difference. And I'm just like thinking about this as a player. Like I didn't like I didn't like come up with this because I was like, oh, I think people will like this. That's just like I just like noticed that when I play nostalgia and stuff. Yeah. And we'll add an achievement for getting all the chests, so you'll feel so accomplished every time you get one.
Well, slap my tits and call me Shirley.